An elderly Harrogate guesthouse owner who played the role of facilitator in a £500,000 cannabis racket has been ordered to repay over £140,000 to the public purse. Yoko Banks, who's 72, rented out 3 properties to a London-based Albanian drugs gang which set up a large-scale cannabis factory harvesting industrial amounts of the highly potent skunk variety in some of Harrogate's most desirable and affluent residential streets. Yoko Banks, who was constantly in touch with the drug conspirators during their operation but played no part in the cultivation process, was jailed for 3.5 years back in August 2021 after she admitted 3 counts of being concerned in the supply of cannabis. Her 6 colleagues, Andy Kokajus, 23, Visar Selajus, 33, Kujtim Brahaj, who's 50, Indrit Brahaj, who's 27, and Bledar Elzaj, who's 36, and a 31-year-old Erblin Elzjaz were jailed for a combined total of 22 years for various offences, including drug supply and cannabis production. Today, the former guesthouse owner appeared for the final confiscation hearing at Leeds Crown Court under the Proceeds of Crime Act following a protracted case due in large part to Banks' own complex web of properties and assets in what the prosecution described as a reluctance to cooperate with the financial investigation. The prosecutor, Martin Bosomworth, said it was agreed by both the prosecution and defence that Banks had benefited from the drug racket to the tune of £140,000. He said it was agreed by both parties that the amount available to her was just over £500,000, essentially £500,000 assets or property. The judge, Rashim Singh, ordered Banks to pay back the full benefit amount of £142,330 and gave her 3 months to pay or another 12 months in prison. Come just 2 months after one of Banks' colleagues, Andy Kokaj, was made to pay back just £1 at the same course. The nominal fee was ordered due to the Albanian national's apparent lack of means, his relatively minor role in the audacious drugs plot, and his limited financial gain. The Bosman said the gang had converted 3 of Banks' properties on Alexandra Road, Woodlands Road and Somerset Road near Harrogate Town Centre into cannabis farms with potential yields of £500,000. They made big money from the highly sophisticated enterprise in which they dug a trench out to one of the properties to install high-speed broadband so they could keep a check on the premises on internet-enabled security cameras. Their hugely lucrative plot finally unravelled when police were called to the 5-bedroom villa owned by Banks in September 2020 after reports of a disturbance in the street involving what appeared to be 2 rival gangs vying for the cannabis farm. The gang were able to watch the police drug raid live on the internet after rigging up the superfast broadband connection linked to cameras at the property, where officers found a crossbow at the front door. Last year, Banks had failed in a bid to get a conviction quashed after earlier admitting her guilt. At a previous adjourned confiscation hearing, Mr. Bosman said that Banks owned a string of highly marketable properties in some of Harrogate's most desirable areas. He added, however, that her complicated accounts of property empire were proving to be a major sticking point in the ongoing financial investigation. Mr. Bosman said that Selaj, the gang's ringleader, had made £438,000 from the cannabis cultivation enterprise and that he had £76,000 in the bank he could pay back to the public. At a contested financial confiscation hearing in May last year, it was found that Indrit Brahaj had jointly benefited from the criminal enterprise to the tune of £133,000. In his case, a confiscation order of £24,000 was made. Kujtim Baraj, he had benefited to about £1,000 and the judge said, pay back £1. So Banks, who has previous convictions for health and safety offences through her work, was due to be paid at least £12,000 a month in rent for allowing the gang to use the 3 properties and was also receiving high deposits, said Mr. Bosomworth. So guys, this is a new story coming in where an ex-Harrogate guesthouse owner has been ordered to repay £140,000 for a role in an Albanian gang's cannabis racket. Let me know what you guys think. It's your boy GC. Keep it locked, keep it real.